So, before the video, I kinda goofied. I recorded the entire video, but it turns out I was out of frame the entire time. But just to prove it, I actually do have the 4S here. Uh, like, I have it. Uh, so I'm not just making stuff up. But, yeah, subscribe if you want to see one where the phone is actually in the video. iPhone 13 Pro Max and the iPhone 4S. Even though these phones were only 10 years apart, they practically exist on another world from one another. The iPhone 4S, or rather its older brother, the iPhone 4, was the most innovative smartphone since the original iPhone. It featured an industrial design with flat sides of stainless steel, and it's known as the glass sandwich design, with 2 panels of glass. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which definitely takes inspiration from not only this design, but also the iPhone 5. This features the stainless steel band from the iPhone 4, but it has more of a wraparound effect like the iPhone 5. Today we're going to be looking at these two phones and figuring out how much innovation was there really between these two phones. We're going to be running each of these phones on their newest iOS, which does mean 4S on iOS 9, which is kind of a mess. And now it's time for what you all clicked on the video for, the camera test. First picture, you can probably already tell a very clear difference. Of course, the iPhone 4S is very blurry. That's because I have pretty shaky hands, but of course, same shaky hands were used on the 13 Pro too, but due to the new image stabilization brought with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it looks like I have steady hands. But of course, with the 4S, a bit more obvious. With the 13 Pro, you can see a ton of detail. You can zoom in a lot without losing much detail. But with the 14, with every tiny bit you zoom in, I feel like you lose a lot of quality. And even though this does have a Retina display, in pictures it's pretty easy to see pixels. Now for the second picture, we have a picture of my closet, which is very unlit. It's not pitch black, I can still see everything in there, but it's just dark enough to make the iPhone struggle a bit. Now, iPhone 13 Pro takes this picture like a champ with night mode. It looks like it's bright in there almost, and while the iPhone 4, while being more accurate to how dark it actually is, looks pretty bad. It cannot handle a dark scenario at all. You can read almost all of the text on my shelf on the iPhone 13 Pro, when you can't really read anything on the iPhone 4S. It's actually pretty insane. Now for the last picture, I took a selfie to test out the front camera, because I think that's something that often gets neglected. Now with the iPhone 4S, there is a lot of noise. It's very pixely. There's not much separation from the background, and it just looks bad. Now with the iPhone 13 Pro, I did use portrait mode, but that's because, you know, we're trying to see the best of the best comparison, pushing the phone to its limits. And it's just, I can't find a particular flaw with the picture. I mean, of course, you can see like every single pore on my face, which I'd rather you not, because I'm a hormonal teenager with zero self-confidence. But other than that, this picture looks great separation between the foreground and the background. It's just super impressive. Now that pretty much concludes the hardware comparisons between the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 4S. Now, again, that's just talking about hardware, and Apple is really good at software, so that has had quite the improvement as well. If you want to see a software comparison, 10-year comparison, let me know, because I would love to make that video. And let me know if you want more tech-related videos, because this is kind of a hobby that I've been hiding from YouTube, but not anymore. So yeah, it's just been really fun to make. And just seeing these phones next to each other, it's really crazy. Even just the size alone is insane. And again, that's just the hardware, which is why it kind of frustrates me whenever people say that smartphone innovation has kind of plateaued. Because I strongly disagree. I think it's a very exciting time to be a tech enthusiast right now. With the foldable phones like the Z Flip, Z Fold, Motorola Razr, I mean, that's probably the future in the next decade, I think. And even just normal flagships are getting really, really good, really, really fast. So it's super duper exciting to see what's happening, and I'm just glad to be along for the ride. So if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If enough people subscribe, I'll probably make more tech videos, maybe somewhat consistently. And but if you guys don't like it, I won't. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that it was a good video. And if you leave a thumbs down, nobody will know anyway because YouTube removed dislikes. So, alright, I will see you guys later.